Good morning to everyone. I am R. Krishnasamy, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Erode Sengundar Engineering College, Tamil Nadu. So, under AICTE Pre-Rana scheme, our college, Erode Sengundar Engineering College, is conducting GATE classes for preparing SC/ST students for higher education GATE, Graduate Aptitude Test for Engineering. So, today's session will be about fluid mechanics and machineries, and topics is flow in pipes. So in these topics, we are going to discuss about the following syllabus: Department of, Development of laminar and turbulent flows in circular pipes, laminar flow through circular tubes, that is Hagen-Poiseuille equations, Darcy-Weisbach equations for flow through circular. So let me start with the development of laminar and turbulent flows in circular tubes. So what determines if the flow of your fluid is classified as laminar or turbulent? Which is already we discussed, is the flow is Reynolds number. So based on the Reynolds number, we can classify it as the flowing fluid is laminar or turbulent. So Reynolds number is a calculation that defines the flow of a fluid as being the ratio of the inertial forces to the viscous forces. So here the equation for the Reynolds numbers. So we shortly represent as R suffix E, which is equal to rho V d by mu. Here rho is the density of the fluid, V refers to the fluid velocity, d is the diameter of the pipe which contains the flowing fluid, and mu is the viscosity coefficient. So let begins with the basic information of what is Reynolds numbers. So when going for a laminar flow, when the Reynolds numbers is less than 2000 for a pipe flow, we can say laminar flow. So let me show you out on pictures here. Laminar flow, the fluids flowing a layer by layer in smoothly. Whereas transition flow, when the Reynolds numbers is between 2000 and 4000 for pipe flow. Whereas turbulent flow, when Reynolds numbers is more than the 4000, we say turbulent flow. So Reynolds number formula is there, R equal to rho V d by mu. We applying all those values. Then once finally we get the value, if it is 2000, less than 2000, we can categorize as laminar flow. If it is between 2000 to 4000, we can say transition flow. If beyond the 4000, the flow is turbulent. So from this basic idea, this topic deals with the flow of fluids which are viscous and flowing at very low velocity. So we know that at very low velocity fluid moves in layer by layer manner. So each layer of fluids slides over the adjacent layers. So due to relative velocity between two layers, the velocity gradient, that is du by dy, exists, and hence the shear stress. Shear stress is nothing but the friction between pipe wall and the water at the end. So tau is equal to mu into du by dy, which is studied in the unit 1 itself. The relationship between viscosity and the shear stress acts on the layer. So from this basic information, let me go for a laminar flow through the circular tubes. So which is discussed by Hagen-Poiseuille equations. So he is the scientist which uh, discussed by the scientist Hagen-Poiseuille. So he considered before going to the equations, he take as a basic data for the flow of viscous fluid through the circular flow pipes, the velocity distribution across the sections, the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity, then shear stress distributions, then last one, pressure drop for a given length is to be determined. So these are the four factors we are going to get the equations. Then we are going to solve the problems later from Hagen-Poiseuille equations. So let me discuss the diagram of viscous flow through a pipe. Let us consider this is a horizontal pipe which is having a diameter. Then R, capital R is the radius. Then we consider the one fluid element. That element we can taken as a ABCD. So AB phase we are having a one force is applied, that P pi r square. Then again another phase CD is acting, some pressure difference is there, P plus dou P by dou x into pi r square. We are considering two sections, section 1 and section 2. There is a there is a length difference also there. That length difference we consider as a dx. Then there is a shear stress is acting here. Shear stress is acting here. So this is the schematic diagram cross section for a circular pipe. When we see from the cut section, which will shapes of circular in shape. So radius is capital R. From the pipe wall, we taken as a certain height. We called as a y. So dr is the difference between small r and capital R. So let go for a actual picture of the pipe. So this is the pipe. Here one pressure gauge is fitted. Here another pressure gauge is fitted. So this pressure gauge which shows the higher pressure, that is nearly 5, above the 5. The another pressure gauge showing the below the 5. So there is definitely some pressure difference is there. So we consider from here to here there is a length we taken as a del x. So flow is taken place in these directions. So let me go for a further for the derivations. We are considering the fluid element here. So here one pressure is acting Fp1, which is equal to P into A. That is a pressure on AB side. Then pressure on CD side is P pressure plus some difference of pressure dP into A. Then counter pressure. So x1 is the one section, x2 is the another section. The difference between the length is dx. Let us consider. So small r is the radius of the fluid element, A is the area of the particular section. So let us consider a horizontal pipe of radius capital R. The fluid viscosity is flowing from left to right in the pipe as shown in the figure. Consider a fluid element of radius R sliding in a cylinder fluid element of R plus dr. Dr is the difference. The difference between capital R and the small r. So let the length of the fluid being a x. We are considering the from the section x1 to the x2 we taken as a length is x. If P is the pressure intensity on the phase A, then the pressure intensity of phase CD will be P plus dou P by dou x into del x. Okay. So we have a three force acting. So forces on AB side, forces on CD side, then shear force. These are the three forces which will be acting when the fluid is flowing. So let us consider first force, pressure force P into pi r square. So P is the pressure will be acting, then area, the where it will be acted, pi r square. So circular in shape. So we taken as a pi r square on AB. So let us consider for the second one, pressure force is the on the CD. So there is some difference there. So let us be considering a P plus some difference, dou P by dou x into del x into pi r square. Then shear force. So shear force will be acting on the circumference of the pipe. Circumference of the pipe. So we have to consider the circumference length. That is a 2 pi r. So shear force is equal to tau. Tau is the shear stress into 2 pi r is the circumference length. Del x is the length of the fluid element. That how long so the length between the two sections on the surface of the fluid element. So as there is no accelerations, hence the summation of all the forces in the direction flow must be zero. We have to add those three forces which is equal to 0. So let us consider. So pressure P into pi r square for the first number 1. Then minus, because minus here mentioned as the opposite direction. The flow takes place, the pressure will be act in the opposite direction. So we consider is a negative. So P plus dou P by dou x into del x into pi r square minus. So shear stress also acting in the opposite direction of the fluid directions. So tau into 2 pi r into del x equal to 0. So we summation of all the forces. So pressure 1, force 2, then force 3. So these are the three forces we considering. So summation of all the forces which is equal to 0. So after this simplifying the equations, P by R square minus P into pi R square will be cancelled. So this one will be cancelled. So this one will be cancelled. So remaining terms minus dou P into dou X into del X pi R square, then minus tau into 2 pi R into del X will be remaining, which is equal to 0. So again the pi it is the negative term, so bring it to the right hand side. So positive tau into 2 pi R into del X. So del X will be cancelled, then pi R, then here our pi R is cancelled, will be becomes cancelled. So minus dou P into dou X into R minus 2 tau will be remaining equal to 0. So keeps the tau in the left hand side. So tau is equal to minus dou P into dou X into, so bring the 2 to the denominator. So finally you will get the in terms of shear stress. So tau is equal to minus dou P into dou X into R by 2. So from these equations, we are concluding that the shear stress tau across the sections varies with R. So whenever the radius of the pipe is varies, the shear stress automatically will be vary. Okay? So dou P by dou X across a section is constant. So hence shear stress distribution across a section is linear as shown in the figure. So let us see the one pictures here. We are going to discuss about shear stress and the velocity distribution after the considering the all the forces, summation of all the forces. So shear stress distributions, it's a linear one. At the center shear stress will be 0, whereas at the end of the wall, at the shear wall, so on the end of the pipe wall, which will be maximum. So maximum at the pipe wall and 0 at the center of the pipe. Whereas considering the velocity distribution, end of the pipe wall is will be 0, v equal to 0, whereas mid of the pipe will be maximum, so V max. Okay, so it's a vice versa. So whenever at the consideration of the center of the pipe flow, shear stress will be 0, then velocity will be maximum, whereas end of the pipe wall, shear stress maximum, velocity will be 0. So you have to note it down, which is asking frequently in the gate questions. So what is the value for the shear stress at the center of the pipe when flow of water is happening? And also velocity distribution, also they will ask this diagram. So velocity distribution diagram and also shear stress distribution diagram for the flowing liquids, which is the very important question for the gate exams. So this is the formula for after finding from the derivations, the velocity distributions. Velocity we represent as a u, which u is equal to minus 1 by 4 mu. Mu is the viscosity. Dou P by dou X is the pressure difference, pressure intensity. Then capital R, radius of the pipe, and minus small r, we are considering small mass, that is the radius is small r. So your final velocity distribution formula is u equal to minus 1 by 4 mu dou P by dou X into, in bracket, capital R square minus small r square. So this is the velocity distribution for the Hagen-Paiseli equations. Then second one, ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. So maximum velocity, the formula is u max, which is equal to minus 1 by 4 mu dou P by dou X. Then we are neglecting the small radius, so r square minus small r square. So small r will become 0. So the value is minus 4 mu dou P by dou X into r square. The next, average velocity. So u average is equal to minus 1 by 8 mu into dou P by dou X into capital R square. So then we apply for the ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity, which is equal to 2.0, which is we are substituting here u max divided by u average. So minus 1 by 4 mu into dou P by dou X into R square divided by u average value minus 1 by 8 mu tau p by tau x into capital R square. So everything will be cancelled. Only my 1 by 4 divided by 1 by 8 will be here. So after that, bring it to the 1 by 8 to becomes 8 by 1. So 1 by 4 into 8 by 1. So which is equal to 2. So ratio between maximum velocity to the average velocity, which is equal to 2. Then third parameter, drop of pressure for a given length of a pipe. So Hagen-Poiseuille equation, this is the final formula for the Hagen-Poiseuille's formula. So loss of pressure head, there is a pressure head difference between one section to the another section. P1 minus P2 divided by rho into G, which is equal to HF. HF is the head loss, which is equal to 32 mu into U max into L divided by rho G D square. So, where P1 minus P2 is the pressure difference, then rho is the density of the fluid, G is the gravity acceleration due to gravity due to accelerations, then HF is the head loss, then mu is the viscosity, U max is the maximum velocity, L is the length of your pipe, then D square is the circular diameter of the pipe. So every data, every formulas notation you have to mention. So it is very important to getting a solving in the GATE coaching classes. So we have to note down all those formulas. So velocity distributions, then ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity, then drop of pressure for a given length L of a pipe. So let us discuss the one problem related to the Hagen-Poiseuille formula. So shall we start? So frequently asking in GATE preparation classes, which is they directly present a one problem. They will ask directly a object type of answers. We have to solve the questions by the given data. So we have to keep it in mind the following formula which I shown previously. So the question is an oil of viscosity 0.1 Newton seconds per meter square and the relative density 0.9 is flowing through a circular pipe of dia 50 mm and of length 300 mm. The rate of flow of fluid through a pipe is 3.5 liter per second. Find the pressure drop in a length of 300 meter and also shear stress at the pipe wall. So what are the data is given? So viscosity is given. Viscosity which is equal to 0.1 Newton seconds per meter square. So no need to change. Every notation is the corrected one. So no need to worry. So next is relative density. Directly the ratio is given 0.9. So simply you multiply by 1000 because of the standard density of the liquid. So 0.9 into 1000, which is equal to 900 kg per meter cube. Then diameter of the pipe is 50 mm. So 50 mm is given. So D equal to 50 mm. The length L is 300 meter. The length of the pipe is 300 meter. Then rate of flow. So discharge value Q is given 3.5 liter per second. So 3 liters per second. So we got to convert in terms of meter cube per seconds. So 1000 liter, which is equal to 1 meter cube. So 1000 liter, which is equal to 1 meter cube. So 3.5 liters, so divided by 1000, which will be equal to 0.0035 meter cube per second. So what are the data we have to find out? Pressure dropped P1 minus P2, which is equal to what is the value? Then shear stress at the pipe wall tau 0 equal to what? We have to find it out. So we know the formulas, then we apply the formulas, we will get those values. So first one is pressure drop. So we always keep it in mind. Pressure drop formula P1 minus P2, which is equal to HF 32 mu U into L by D square. So here U is the we have to find out the average velocity. So average velocity that discharge divided by area. So discharge value is known and area value is also known. So directly substitute here. So discharge is 0.0035. Then divided by area is diameter is given 50 mm. So directly put the area formula pi d square by 4. So pi value 3.14. then D is 50 mm, so convert in terms of meter, 0.05 D square, so square divided by 4, which will be equal to 1.782 meter per second. 1.782 meter per second for the U value. Then we have to find out the Reynolds number. So because of, we have to find out whether it is a laminar flow or turbulent flow based upon the that value 2000 value. So Reynolds number formula is known, Re equal to rho V D by mu. So rho is here density of the fluid, density is 900. So V is the 1.782 into diameter 50, so 0.05. Then mu is 0.1. So all the data which is given in the problems. So directly substitute here, we will get the value of 801.9. This is the number, so which is less than 2000, which is less than 2000. So the given problem is the flow is laminar. As Reynolds number is less than 2000, the flow is viscous or laminar. So now substitute the pressure drop formula P1 minus P2, which is equal to, so 32 into mu is 0.1, V is 1.782 into length is 3000. So 3000, so 300, substitute here 300 divided by 0.05 square. So finally we will get the value after solving these values. We will get the 684,288 Newton per meter square. The unit is very, very important. We have to considering the pressure. We always mention in terms of Newton per meter square or Newton per centimeter square. So here 684,288 Newton per meter square. Then conversion from the meter square to the centimeter square, we have to divide it by 10,000 because of 10 to the power minus 4 is the conversion factor from meter square to the centimeter square. Okay, so the answer will become 68.43 Newton per centimeter square. Then second one, the second unknown data is shear stress. We have to find out. So shear stress at the pipe wall is tau naught. We have to find out. So tau naught, which is equal to minus dou p by dou x into r by 2. But here our radius is capital R. So shear stress at the pipe wall where r is equal to r, capital R is given by tau naught, which is equal to minus dou p by dou x into r by 2. So we have a minus dou p by dou x, which is equal to, so there is a difference between pipe 1 and pipe 2. So we have to convert in terms of section. So P2 minus P1 divided by X2 minus X1. So it's the minus. So bring it to the bracket. So minus will be positive, positive will be negative. So P1 minus P2 divided by L. So P1 minus P2, we already found out this data here, 68.43 Newton per centimeter square. Or Newton per meter square value 684,288. So substitute here 684,288 divided by 300. So then next R value. So R value is diameter by 2. So because of R is the radius, so we have a diameter. So diameter is 50 mm. So we convert in terms of 0.05 divided by 2, which is equal to 0.025. So finally we will get the apply from the shear stress formula. Tau naught equal to dou p by dou x is 2280.96 into 0.025 divided by 2. So apply in this formula. So which is equal to 28.512 Newton per meter square. Okay, so from this Hagen-Paiseli formula, we are derived the one formulas P1 minus P2 rho g divided by equal to 32 mu U max into L divided by rho g d square. Then we were discussed about the one problem related to Hagen-Paiseli equations. These are the data is given. From the given data, we found the pressure drop P1 minus P2, then shear stress values tau naught. So this is the topic which I have discussed for Hagen-Paiseli equations. Next we move to the Darcy-Weisberg equation for flow through circular pipes. Darcy-Weisberg equation for circular pipes. So previous cases we are considering laminar flow. that is Reynolds number which is less than 2000, but here Darcy-Weisbach equation for Reynolds number is greater than 4000, you know. So when a liquid is flowing through a pipe, the velocity of the liquid layer adjacent to the pipe wall is 0. சரிங்களா? Whereas previous cases we are considering the velocity is low. Here we are considering the full of water is full of pipe is flowing by a water. So when the liquid is flowing through a pipe, the velocity of the liquid adjacent to the pipe wall is 0. So here the flowing will be take place in zigzag manner because of turbulent flow. So velocity of liquid goes on increasing from the wall, and the velocity gradient and hence the shear stress are produced in the whole liquid due to viscosity. So the viscous action will cause the loss of energy, which will be termed as friction loss or loss of heat due to friction. The water is flowing fully. The end of the wall will be friction between water and the pipe wall. So there is a losses will be take place. That loss we have to we will be founding from the Darcy-Weisbach equations. So let us consider for the expression for loss of head due to friction in pipes. So let us consider that fluid is flowing through a uniform horizontal pipe. So we considering one horizontal pipe with steady flow as displayed here in the following figure. So we are mentioning here. So we assume two sections of the pipe, section 1 and section 2. So in the section 1 we are considering the parameter P1 F1. In the section 2 we are considering P2, the F2 will be flowing. So considering the notations is, let us consider the following terms to derive the required expression of loss of head due to friction in pipe. P1 pressure intensity at section 11, V1 velocity of flow at section 11, P2 pressure intensity at section 22. So V2 velocity of flow at section 22, then L length of pipe between section 11 and section 22, F dash frictional resistance per unit wetted area per unit velocity, then HF loss of head due to friction, area we mentioned as A, so area of the pipe, D we mentioned as the diameter of the pipe. So these are the notations. So let me go for a reference the Bernoulli equations. As we are discussed so many classes, so Bernoulli equation is nothing but summation of pressure head plus kinetic head plus datum head, which is equal to constant. So now applying that concept, P1 divided by rho g for the pressure head plus kinetic head V1 square by 2g plus datum head Z1 for the section 1. Then P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. Then there is some frictional losses we considering. So P1 divided by rho g equal to P2 by rho g plus HF, or HF equal to P1 minus P2 divided by rho g. We are considering the parameters of pressure head. So because the pipe is horizontal, so hence Z1 and Z2 will be same height, so it will be cancelled. So diameter of the uniform pipe is same at both sections, and hence V1 equal to V2. Above equation of loss of head due to friction, that is HF, shows that there will be loss of head due to friction or intensity of pressure will be dropped in the flow of directions, which is shown the figure will be there is a pressure drop from one section to the another section. So definitely there is a friction losses will be happen. So we have to find it out the friction losses. So friction loss is nothing but the friction coefficient into where the wetted water is be touches on the pipe wall. So we have considering the circumference of the wetted area. So perimeter, which is into velocity. So we're considering here frictional resistance per unit wetted area per unit velocity into wetted area into velocity square. So F1 is equal to F dash into pi dl into V square. Here pi d is considering as a perimeter. Perimeter. So replace as P. So F dash into P into L into V square. So where P is perimeter, so pi into D. So now we will consider the force acting on the fluid between section 11 and section 22. So pressure force at 11 P1 into A, pressure force at section 2 P2 into A. So let us write here the equation of equilibrium of forces. So P1A minus P2A minus F1 equal to 0. This is the equilibrium of forces. So common parameter A, so P1 minus P2 into area equal to F1. So F1 we know that F dash into P into L into V square. So P1 minus P2, so bring the A to the denominator side. So F dash into P into L into V square divided by A. Then, so P1 minus P2 we know that previous here P1 minus P2 divided by rho g which is equal to HF. So replace the formula here. P1 minus P2 replace as rho g into HF. Rho g into HF. So replace by the previous form, previous value. So replace. So F dash P into L into V square by A. So now bring it the HF only, keep in left hand side, which is equal to F dash by, so bring rho into G in the right hand side. So it becomes a denominator side. So F dash by rho G into P by A into L into V square. So HF is equal to F dash by rho G into 4 by D into L into V square. So which is equal to F dash by rho G into 4 LV square by D. So 4F divided by 2G into LV square by D. So here 4F into LV square by D into 2G. This is the finalized formula. 4F LV square by D into 2G. So HF, head loss, which is equal to 4F LV square by 2G into D. So where F is equal to coefficient of friction. So where P by A is equal to pi D divided by pi D square by 4. So we have found it out here 4 by D. So 4 by D we replacing perimeter and area formula. So that definition here pi D by pi D square by 4. So which is simplified the term 4 by D. So P by A is the 4 by D. So simply replace here P by A equal to 4 by D. And F dash by rho G we considering as a F by 2. F dash by rho G. So F dash by rho G here we replace as F by 2. So F will be called as coefficient of friction. So in the above equation HF, which is equal to 4F LV square divided by 2G into D, we call it as a Darcy-Weisbach equation. Darcy-Weisbach equations. So which is commonly used to determine head loss due to friction in pipe. So this is the basic term, this is the basic derivations formula, we have to note it down. There is one more expression of loss of head due to friction in pipe, and this expression could be written as mentioned here. HF equal to F LV square by D into 2G. So here F is the friction factor. Then coefficient of friction is expressed in terms of shear stress. In case of the problems which is asking in your GATE syllabus, they will be giving a shear stress value, instead of directly given the factors value, you have to, at the time you have to apply this formula. F is equal to 2 tau naught divided by rho v square. 2 tau naught divided by rho into v square. So here tau is shear stress, rho is the density of the fluid, v is the velocity of the fluid. We have to considering to finding the friction factor in case of shear stress. Tau is given. So these are the formula you have to know for the finding the coefficient of frictions. In case of laminar flow, the friction factor F is equal to 16 by Re. In case of turbulent flow, so turbulent flow we have a two types, smooth pipe and is a rough pipe. In case of turbulent flow will happen in the smooth pipe. The formula is F is equal to 0.0791 divided by Reynolds number whole the power 1 by 4. Whereas turbulent flow happen in the rough pipe, so 1 by square root of 4 into F equal to 2 logarithmic 10 whole power whole R by K plus 1 by 74. So these are the formula have to be noted down for the problem solving. Then velocity distribution formula in smooth pipe, U by U star, which is equal to tau 5.75 log 10 U star into Y divided by mu, which is plus 5.55. In rough pipes, U by U star, which is equal to 5.75 log 10 Y by K plus 8.5. So from these equations, the notations are where U velocity at the point in turbulent flow, U star is the shear velocity, which is equal to square root of tau naught divided by P. Mu is the kinematic viscosity of the fluid. Y is the distance from pipe wall. So K is the roughness factor. So these are the data we have to considering for the solving Darcy-Weisbach equations for the smooth pipe and as well as rough pipe. So let us solve the one problem related to Darcy-Weisbach equations. So let us read the problems. A smooth pipe of diameter 80 mm and 800 meter long carries water at the rate of 0.48 meter cube per minute. Calculate loss of head, wall shearing stress, and centerline velocity. Take kinematic viscosity of water as 0.015 Stokes. Take value of coefficient of friction F is equal to 0.0791 divided by Re, that is Reynolds number power of 1 by 4. So all of you noted it. Shall we go for solving the problem? So what are the data is given? Diameter of the smooth pipe D is given, that is 80 mm. Converting in terms of meter, 0.8 meter. Then length of the pipe, capital L equal to 800 meter. Discharge Q, that is rate of flow, equal to 0.48 meter cube per minute. We have to substitute in terms of second. So 60 seconds, which is equal to 1 minute. So 0.48 meter cube divided by 60 seconds. We are simplifying it. So 0.008 meter cube per second. So next data, kinematic viscosity is given. So kinematic viscosity is equal to 0.015 Stokes. So converting Stokes in terms of meter, so 0.015 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square per second. The next data, the flowing liquid is water. So density of the water is 1000 kg per meter cube. 1000 kg per meter cube. Then we have to find it out average velocity, that is mean velocity, equal to rate of flow. Q is divided by area of the pipe, that is A. The velocity is 1.591 meter per second. Then we have to find it out Reynolds number because of whether the given values which is equal to greater than 4000 or not. Then only we will confirm whether it is a laminar flow or turbulent flow, because of the Darcy-Weisbach equations for applicable for turbulent flow. So we know the formulas. Reynolds number equal to rho Vd divided by mu. Here rho by mu is kinematic viscosity. Here value of kinematic viscosity is given. So Reynolds number formula is rho Vd by mu. Rho Vd by mu. Here kinematic viscosity is given. So kinematic viscosity is nothing but rho by mu. So rho by mu replaces kinematic viscosity. So that's why here formula directly substitute as Vd by kinematic viscosity, which is equal to V is 1.591 into D is 80 mm, so 0.08 divided by kinematic viscosity 0.015 into 10 to the power minus 4. The value is 84,850. So as the Reynolds numbers indicate, which is greater than 4000. So the flow is turbulent. So the coefficient of friction, the F, the finding factor is given. So F is equal to 0.0791 divided by Re power 1 by 4. Substitute here. F equal to 0.0791 divided by Re power 1 by 4. So 0.0791 divided by Re value is 84850. So 84850 power 1 by 4. So which is equal to 0.004636. 0.004636. Coefficient of friction, F value. So now substitute head loss due to friction formula. HF equal to 4F L V square by 2G into D square. So 4 into F is 0.004636 into L is 800 into V is 1.591 power square divided by 2 into G value is constant 9.81. D is the diameter of the pipe 0.08. So HF equal to 23.42 meter. Head loss due to friction. Then second parameter, wall shearing stress. F is equal to 2 into tau naught divided by rho into V square. So now substituting the value, first we have to find it out, tau naught. So 0.04636 into 1000 . So we have to find it out the tau naught, bring it in the left hand side. So tau naught is equal to F into rho P square divided by, so bring the 2 in the left hand side, so it becomes a denominator. So F into rho into V square divided by 2. So F is 0.04636 into rho is density of water, so 1000, V square 1.591 square divided by 2. That value tau naught is equal to 5.866 Newton per meter square. Tau naught equal to F into rho into V square by 2. So F is 0.04636 into rho is the 1000, V square 1.591 square divided by 2. So shear stress value at the wall tau naught equal to 5.866 Newton per meter square. And third parameter, center line velocity U max for the smooth pipe. The formula is U by U dash U star, which is equal to 5.75 logarithmic 10 U star Y by kinematic viscosity plus 5.55. So the formula is applicable for U star, which is equal to square root of tau naught divided by P. So rho. So tau naught here 5.866. Rho is equal to 1000. The value for the U star is 0.075 equal to 5.75 log 10 U star. The answer from here table 0.0765 into Y is, we are considering the velocity maximum at the center of the pipe. So diameter is given 0.08. So center of the pipe is divided by 2. So 0.08 divided by 2, that is equal to 0.04. So kinematic viscosity value 0.015 into 10 to the power minus 4 plus 5.55. So U max equal to 5.75 into 3.309. The simplifying the equations. 3.309 plus 5.55. So U max equal to 1.88 meter per second. 1.88 meter per second. So let us summarize this problem. A smooth pipe of diameter 80 mm and 1800 meter long carries water at the rate of 0.48 meter cube per minute. Calculate the loss of head, wall shearing stress, and centerline velocity. Take kinematic velocity of water 0.015 strokes. The take value of coefficient of friction. F is equal to 0.0791 divided by Reynolds number Re power 1 by 4. So diameter of the smooth pipe 80 mm Length of the pipe L is 800 mm. Discharge Q is equal to 0.008 meter cube per second. Pneumatic is 0.015 strokes. So converting in terms of meter, so 0.015 into 10 power minus 4. Density of the water 1000 kg per meter cube. The mean velocity discharge by area, so 1.591 meter per second. Then Reynolds number RE equal to velocity into diameter divided by kinematic viscosity. So 1.591 into 0.08 divided by 0.15 into 10 to the power minus 4. So which is equal to 84850. As the Reynolds number is greater than, we confirmed that the found the value greater than 4000, the flow is turbulent. So friction factor F is given formula 0.0791. So Reynolds number 1 power 4. So from this value, formula 0.004636. So at last formula 4 FLV square by 2 GD. So from this formula we will get 23.42 meter. Then valve shearing stress F is equal to 2 into tau naught divided by rho V square. So after applying these respective values of formula, tau naught equal to 5.866 Newton per meter square. Then central line velocity, here smooth pipe is mentioned. So smooth pipe formula I have to be substitute. So U by U star, which is equal to 5.75 log 10 U star Y divided by kinematic viscosity plus 5.55. So substituting all those values, so we'll get the final U max equal to 1.88 meter per second. So from this sessions, the topics which includes in the great preparations and as well as fluid mechanics, the topics we are discussed under the topics of flow through pipes, flow in pipes. So in this topic, we are discussed three topics: development of laminar and turbulent flow. Then second topic, Hagen-Paiseli equations. The third topic we were discussed about Darcy-Weisbach equations. So from the development of laminar and turbulent flow, we have discussed about Reynolds number. So based upon the Reynolds number, if it is less than 2000, we can confirm that the given flow is laminar. If it is between 2000 to 4000, the given flow is transition. If it is above 4000, we confirmed as turbulent flow. When we come to the Hagen-Paiseli equations, three formulas we have found out from the Hagen-Paiseli equation for velocity distribution of the pipe, ratio of maximum velocity and minimum velocity, and Hagen-Paiseli expressions. So these are the parameters we have seen. And summation of pressure force 1, pressure force 2, shear stress force. Then we noted out tau max at the end of the valve. Velocity is maximum at the center of the pipe. So velocity distribution formula. So ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity is 2. Loss of pressure rate, the formula is 32 mu U max into L divided by rho G into D square. One problem has been solved. And Darcy-Weisbach equation is applicable for turbulent flow, which is happen more than 4000 Reynolds number. We considering the two sections, vector perimeter and area. So parameters, the Reynolds equation statement, then perimeter formula. Then finally we derived HF equal to 4F LV square by 2G into D. F is coefficient of friction. So above all, the given equation is Darcy-Weisbach equation. Then we will discuss about the what are the formulas you have to know for the turbulent flow, velocity distributions. Then one problem has to be discussed. So our values are derived from the problems. So thank you for the sessions, which will be always useful for preparation of GATE also under the scheme of AICT Prana. I hope everyone will understood the topics which discussed today. So thank you to everyone. We will conclude the sessions now. So thank you all. So this is the GATE syllabus. So these are the following topics we are going to discuss in the GATE syllabus: linear algebra, calculus, ordinary differential equations, PDE, partial differential equation, probability and statistics, numerical methods. These are the from engineering mathematics. Then structural engineering. In this subject, we having engineering mechanics, soil mechanics, structural analysis, construction materials and management, concrete structures, steel structures. Then section 3, geotechnical engineering. So in this geotechnical engineering, soil mechanics, foundation engineering. So fourth section, water resource engineering. So in this having fluid mechanics. So fluid mechanics, hydraulics, hydrology, irrigations. Then section 5, environmental engineering, water and wastewater quality and treatment, air pollution, municipal solid waste. Then section 6, transportation engineering. In this transport engineering, transportation infrastructures, highway payments, traffic engineering. Section 7, geometric engineering. So in this class we are discussed about flow in pipes. Okay. So let us conclude the sessions.